Most people think they know what a house costs. They look at the mortgage payment, plug the numbers into a calculator, and decide whether they can afford it. But what if I told you the average hidden cost of homeownership in America is over $21,000 per year? Welcome back to The Money Architect. Today we're going to talk about something that catches a lot of homeowners by surprise, not the mortgage, everything else. Because there is a huge difference between buying a house and actually being able to afford one. And if you're not careful, the costs you don't plan for can quietly destroy your savings, your investing goals, and your path to financial independence. Let's break down the real cost of homeownership beyond the basics. Most people become house poor before they even realize what's happening. The reason is simple. When people think about housing costs, they focus on one number, the mortgage payment. But your mortgage is only one piece of the puzzle. A house isn't just an asset, it's also a system that constantly requires money to operate. Property taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance, repairs, unexpected replacements. All of these expenses show up eventually. And when they do, they don't care whether you're ready. That's why successful homeowners don't treat these expenses as emergencies. They treat them as expected costs of ownership. Let's start with the expenses that happen before you ever move in. Most buyers expect the down payment. They usually expect the home inspection and appraisal too. But many underestimate how much cash they will actually need at closing. The purchase price is only the beginning. Closing costs can easily add thousands of dollars to the transaction. Lender fees, underwriting fees, title insurance, attorney fees, recording fees, prepaid taxes, and homeowners insurance all start stacking up. And there's another factor many buyers are now facing. The rules around buyer agent compensation have changed. In many situations, sellers are no longer automatically covering those costs. That means a buyer agent commission could potentially become your responsibility unless negotiated as part of the transaction. On a $400,000 home, even a 3% commission equals $12,000. That's real money. And it can dramatically change how much cash you need available at closing. This is why your home budget can fail before you even move in. The lesson here is simple. When evaluating a home purchase, don't just ask, "Can I afford the down payment?" Ask, "How much cash will I actually need on closing day?" That answer is often much larger than people expect. Now, let's move to the costs that show up every single month. This is where many homeowners start feeling squeezed. Your mortgage payment may include principal and interest, but that's rarely your full housing payment. Property taxes continue rising, insurance premiums continue rising, utility costs continue rising, internet service, trash service, water bills, electricity, natural gas, HOA fees in some communities. It all adds up. Many homeowners discover their true monthly housing cost is hundreds of dollars higher than the mortgage payment they originally focused on. And here's the challenge. These expenses aren't optional. You can't decide to skip your property taxes this month. You can't ignore homeowners insurance. You can't stop paying utilities. They're part of the cost of keeping the home operational. A mortgage gets you the house. Ongoing expenses allow you to live in it. And depending on where you live, those costs can vary dramatically. Two people can own homes with similar values and experience completely different ownership costs, simply because of taxes, insurance rates, climate, and local utility expenses. That's why comparing mortgage payments alone is often misleading. The monthly payment is only part of the story. The mortgage is the floor, not the ceiling. Now let's talk about the category that causes the most financial pain. Maintenance. This is where homeowners either win or lose financially. Most people know homes require maintenance. Very few understand how much. Your roof ages every day. Your HVAC system ages every day. Your water heater ages every day. Your appliances age every day. Nothing lasts forever. And eventually, something breaks. The common rule says to budget 1% of your home's value each year for maintenance. That's a decent starting point, but it isn't always realistic. Older homes often require significantly more. A newer home might need very little maintenance for several years. A 30-year-old home could require thousands annually. And here's what makes maintenance tricky. The costs aren't predictable. You might spend only a few $100s one year, then suddenly face a $10,000 repair. The next year, a roof replacement, an HVAC replacement, a sewer line issue, a foundation repair. These aren't monthly subscription costs. They're large, irregular expenses. And that's exactly why they catch people off guard. You don't have a maintenance problem. You have a preparation problem. The homeowners who handle repairs with the least stress aren't necessarily wealthier. They're simply prepared. They've been building a reserve fund long before the repair happened. Let's look at a real-world example. Imagine two families purchasing identical $350,000 homes. Both homes are about 15 years old. Both families have similar incomes. Both qualify for the mortgage. Family A focuses entirely on the monthly payment. They stretch their budget to buy the home. Most of their savings goes toward closing costs. Once they move in, they stop thinking about future repairs. Then, year 3 arrives. Their HVAC system fails. Replacement cost, $10,000. They don't have the cash. So they put the expense on a credit card. Now they're paying interest on top of an already expensive repair. Investing contributions stop. Financial stress rises. The house becomes a burden. Family B takes a different approach. Before purchasing the home, they calculate taxes, insurance, utilities, and maintenance costs. They create a maintenance reserve fund. Every month, they automatically transfer money into that account. When the roof needs an $8,000 repair a few years later, they simply pay for it. No panic, no debt, no disruption to their investment strategy. The difference wasn't income. The difference was planning. This is why financial independence isn't built by avoiding expenses. It's built by anticipating them. So, what should you do? Start by calculating your true housing cost, not just principal and interest. Include taxes, insurance, utilities, HOA fees, and a realistic maintenance budget. Next, create a dedicated home maintenance reserve. Separate it from your emergency fund. Think of it as your home's emergency fund, because eventually every home needs something. Track the age of major systems. Know how old your roof is. Know the age of your HVAC system. Know when your water heater was installed. The more visibility you have, the fewer surprises you'll experience. And finally, embrace preventive maintenance. This is one of the highest return investments a homeowner can make. A small repair today often prevents a major repair tomorrow. Deferred maintenance is usually the most expensive maintenance. The homeowners who spend the least over time aren't the ones who avoid maintenance. They're the ones who stay ahead of it. Here's the big takeaway. A home can absolutely be part of a successful wealth-building strategy, but only when you understand the full cost of ownership. The mortgage payment is just one line item. True home ownership includes taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance, repairs, and long-term planning. The goal isn't to scare you away from buying a home. The goal is to help you buy one intelligently, because financial independence isn't about avoiding costs. It's about planning for them before they arrive. And that's what separates homeowners who build wealth from homeowners who constantly feel financially stressed. In our next video, we're going to look at another major shift that will impact nearly every financial decision you make over the next decade. Artificial intelligence is already changing how we budget, save, invest, buy homes, and manage money. The people who understand these changes early will have a significant advantage. If you want to see where personal finance is heading next, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video when it drops. I'll see you there. Keep building.